Hey everybody, welcome back to Montreal Connected. Now the hockey season is right around the corner and this year's fans will see a lot more action thanks to Rogers. To break down the fan experience, we bring in Stephen Brunt from our Sportsnet studios in Toronto. Now Stephen, Sportsnet locked up both the regional and the national rights to the Montreal Canadiens. For Habs fans out there, can you explain what exactly that means? Everyone's pretty excited around here.
Well, it means a bunch of things, Walter. I guess number one, it means that all 82 Canadiens games are going to be available in English on television for the first time ever, which it's shocking to me that's the first time ever, but it's true. So that is a huge change. And the other thing is that Canadiens fans are going to be able to watch out-of-market games, like a lot of people in Canada are going to be able to watch games. Normally hockey rights are divided between national rights and regional rights. People are familiar with those blackouts when you can't watch a certain game from out of market in your region because it's protected by the team in your city. Well, a lot of that's going to go out the window, and there are going to be hundreds and hundreds of hockey games available that weren't available under the previous arrangement. So if you're a hockey fan, you will have more hockey than you could have ever imagined.
From us Montrealers here in the city, we don't really like talking about other fans, especially Leafs fans. But what about the Leafs fans or the Canucks fans living in Montreal? Will they have more opportunities to watch their teams?
Well, they will on a couple of levels. On conventional television, there are going to be what would otherwise be regional games, which will be shown nationally because Rogers controls both the regional and national rights, for instance, to the Canucks, all of their games. So you'll be able to watch those games on television outside of the Canucks market, even if they're technically regional games. So that's a big change. Same with some Leaf regional games. But I guess the main thing is that if you end up with Game Center Live, which is going to pump games through phones and tablets. The 2014 version of the family gathered around the television is the family staring down at their own devices, watching whatever game they want to watch, I guess. But if you have that, you'll be able to watch virtually any game from anywhere at any time, wherever you are. That's
very cool.
That's where this thing is headed, and that is the 21st century version of the Hockey Night in Canada family.
All right, now speaking of watching, I get to watch you every week, and I see the hustle and bustle behind you there at the Sportsnet studios in Toronto. I'm curious, what's it been like over there trying to launch a big project like this?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a whole parallel universe just down the road from here at the CBC headquarters on Front Street where we've taken over a huge amount of space. People from Sportsnet, from Rogers, people from other places have all come together. It's like, what it reminds me of is an Olympic consortium, the Olympic Broadcast Consortium. There are a lot of people working frantically now. We have countdown clocks all around this building telling us when the first game goes on air. And no one's ever attempted this. It's sort of like the Vancouver Whistler games in 2010. That were done on a scale no one had ever attempted before. No one has ever attempted to put this many games on, to provide this much content around the games. So you can imagine, wild scramble, fantastic new set, a lot of new technology, and a lot of people with sweat on their brow right now looking at their watches saying, oh my God, how are we going to ever do this?
I mean, listen, I'm just excited to be watching you and a lot of these hockey broadcasts. Stephen, you know what a big fan I am of yours. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Wilder.
Take care.